What is the meaning of financial management? Meaning of financial management. These are two words: financial management. Financial management. We all are conversant with the meaning of management. We know the meaning of financial. Management is the process of planning, organizing, directing, and controlling of anything. It could be management of your time, management of work. You understand? Management. But here we are referring to financial management. If management is a process of planning, organizing, directing, and controlling the activities of an organization to achieve certain objectives, if that is the meaning of management, then financial management would then be the strategic planning, organizing, directing, and controlling of a company's financial resources to achieve its goals and objectives. Do you understand? That's the meaning of financial management. It is the management of financial resources of an organization to meet its objectives. And it involves making informed decisions about how to acquire, how to allocate, and also how to utilize funds in the most efficient and effective manner. You understand? Financial management involves making informed decisions about how to acquire funds, how to allocate funds, how to utilize funds, and that has to be done in a manner that is efficient and effective. That's why if you look at the topics, we'll be studying second topic, we have financing decision. Financing decision. Now, under financing decisions, we have subtopics like sources of finances. All right? That answers the question, how to acquire finances. One of the major roles of a finance manager is to help the company acquire funds. All right? Sources of funds. And these sources of funds could be internally generated or externally generated. So one key function of a finance manager is financing decision, making financing decisions on behalf of the company. So in the topic financing decision, we'll be looking at the various sources of finance like equity, debt, lease finance, venture capital, and so on. The second subtopic is evaluation of financing options. Okay? Before funds are allocated to different projects, there has to be evaluation of the options. And that's why in a topic called capital budgeting, we have introduction to capital budgeting decisions. That's another key function that is performed by a finance manager, making capital budgeting decisions. Here we'll be evaluating various, we'll be learning how to use various techniques to evaluate various options. Because you all know, candidates, that financial resources are not unlimited. Resources generally are limited. A company may not have all the money that it requires to carry out its own projects, and therefore there has to be a process where the meager resources or the limited resources have to be applied, and that has to be done based on certain techniques which we'll be covering in capital budgeting decision. So financial management, going back to the definition, we've said is the strategic planning, organizing, directing, and controlling of a company's financial resources to achieve its goals and objectives. And we've said it involves making informed decisions about how to acquire funds, how to allocate funds, and decisions on utilizing funds in an effective and efficient manner. It is the process of planning, organizing, directing, and controlling of a company's financial resources to meet its objectives. That is true. That shows that you are good students. That is encouraging in the most efficient and effective, Muslima, efficient and effective manner. Financial management is a process of strategic planning, organizing, directing, and controlling of a company's financial resources to achieve its goals and objectives. It is the strategic planning, organizing, planning, organizing, these are managerial functions, directing and controlling of financial resources. All right, financial resources. These are resources that have what we call financial outcomes, financial resources. Okay. These are controlling of a company's financial resources of a company to achieve its goals and objectives in an efficient and effective manner. So there is a way in which resources must be organized, directed, and controlled so that the company meets its objectives in a way that does not in a way that is not inefficient, or in a way that does not lead to wastages or losses. That's why, candidates, you are studying the subject so that you can learn how to effectively manage financial resources. And that's why the first or general objective, candidates, is that by the end of this training, you as a learner should be able to effectively manage, control, and optimize a company's finances. So there are certain skills that one requires to effectively manage a company's financial resources. That's the meaning of financial management. And I went further to say that it involves making decisions about how to acquire funds. And that speaks to the financing decision. How to acquire funds. Candidates, is not an easy decision. There are many factors that the finance manager has to consider before deciding that the company will rely on debt, will rely on lease finance, will rely on equity, will rely on bank loans, because there are very many sources of capital, which we will be studying in the second chapter. Do you understand? Then there are decisions to do with allocation. Once the money has been raised, Making a decision on how to allocate resources requires also skill. For a finance manager to skillfully allocate resources, one has to have skills. And some of these skills are the technical techniques. One has to be conversant. One has to know how to apply different techniques in order to effectively and efficiently allocate financial resources. Do you understand?